G'day, welcome back to another episode of the Aussie Lawn, and we have got ourselves a cracking beautiful spring day here. We had 16 millimetres of rain throughout the week and things are looking really well. I got the fertiliser put down here on the green. You can see the colour response has just been amazing. I mean, that's what, 5 or 6 days ago that I put that out, and I wasn't sure how it would go with a granular fertiliser earlier on in the season like this, just due to soil temperatures still being what I thought were a little bit too low or potentially too low. But clearly I needn't have worried because response has been great. I actually mowed it without the catcher today just because there's a few tiny little bits still there that I didn't want to mow up. So I can't tell you how much grass I got off it, but I would have easily said there'd be a full catcher. So I'm going to have to start upping my mowing frequency now as we head into summer. Now, first things first, we're going to take a trip back 6 days ago. So we're going to travel back in time. So what I've done is I've set up some fairly bogan, dodgy boarding here, and even a floor tile at the back there, just so I can get a nice sharp spray with no drift that's going to get across. This is going to be our area that we're going to start a little trial patch on. Well, no, this is going to become our little nursery of Tiffdwarf, and once that area covers over, as I said, we're going to wander up this way at that same size and go from there. So I'll just measure it up quickly now, then we'll grab some Roundup and we'll spray this section out, and that's stage one completed. Then all we have to do is sit back and wait for the grass to die. And if being Santa Ana, we're going to be pretty fortunate because Santa Ana appears to be more susceptible to Roundup glyphosate sprays than other cooch varieties. So that's pretty cool in this situation. That's really going to play well into my hands. I'm going to chuck a tape here to give everyone an idea of this area, so keep everyone happy here. So we've got 1.6 metres or just over 5 foot in that direction, and then we'll just move the tape around. And the second bit, 1.7, 67 inches. Was that 5 foot? Just over 5 foot? No, probably nearly 6 foot. Yep, nearly 6 foot. So not a bad little area to begin with. And yeah, so stay tuned for Operation Santa Ana Putting Green Be Gone. Right, a quick tip. Be very careful if you're spraying not to step foot on that green there, because if you're walking on this when you sprayed it and not thinking about it and take some steps over there, you're going to get some footprints in the area that we're not yet ready to kill. So just remember, probably got to remind myself more than anyone, that keep off the green with Roundup wet boots. Let's do it. Right, we'll come back in a few days' time and see if she's starting to die off a bit, and if we need to give it another hit, we'll give it another hit, because I want to make sure this is totally finished and dead before we start phase 2, which will be somehow probably really mow it short, shave it right down, scarify it. Anyway, we'll get to that. So see you in a few days' time. Okay, so we jump back again, 6 days forward again. Talk about a time travelling episode. So you can start to see now we're really getting some results from the Roundup. So we can see our nice sharp edges that have been killed. So we're just going to keep a little eye on that for the next couple of days. When we get closer to it, we can see that still a bit soon to be worrying about second applications or anything like that. So we're just going to wait until this dies off. Probably going to take 2 weeks, I'd say, at the minute, or at least 10 days, and then we'll then we'll be able to start shaving it down with the mower. Righto, so we'll just leave that there for now. There's not much more we can do with it, but we'll come back in a week or two and we can progress forward with our next stages. So what we're going to do now, though, is we're going to jump back in the car. We're going to take a trip round to Shane's place. Now, Shane used to live next door, so a few of you guys who have been watching the channel for a while would have known probably earlier this year we called around there and we spoke to him about changing out some of his backyard, and we're going to re-turf with sapphire buffalo. So behind the scenes there's been a fair bit happening there, so I thought today's a perfect opportunity. Weather's perfect, afternoon's perfect. We'll pop round there, just have a look at his progress. We'll talk you guys through some of the stuff that he did, and he's got a new irrigation system that he's installed now, and he's pretty chuffed with the computer system that's controlled from his smartphone. So we'll have a look at that as well, and probably look at turfing that in the next couple of weeks as well. So plenty of stuff to look forward to. You've done a pretty awesome job.
Yeah, it's been a big job.
Is it bigger than you thought?
Yeah, it was a little bit bigger than what we thought, but not unachievable.
So you took holidays. Did you get much of a holiday?
No.
When did you go back to work for a rest?
Yeah, back to work tomorrow, thank God.
Yeah, right, awesome. So as you can see, guys, look, basically in that little intro that we've just done then, so we've started off with, well, we sprayed that out, so you don't need to see spraying out, you don't need to see mowing short, but basically we've done some trenching for the irrigation system, we've removed all the other grass. There was a pathway through there that's now been removed, so we're left with about, what, 120 odd square metres?
Yeah, a little bit over, but yeah.
Righto, so that's going to be turfed in about, you're going to order that in about a week or two, so probably about 2 or 3 weeks time.
I think about 3 weeks, yeah.
3 weeks time, and we're going to finish this area off with some sapphire buffalo. Now you've put in some irrigation as well.
Yeah, so that was something that I wanted to do originally with the project.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm pretty happy with what we've come up with.
Yep, so you went with the MP rotors.
Yeah, so all Hunter irrigation products.
Yep.
The PRS 40 bodies.
Yeah, so okay, so Shane went with a pressure regulating body because the pressure here is so high. We measured, what did we measure? 800 and something, 850
yeah, it was a bit crazy.
kPa. It was a ridiculous pressure. So we went pressure regulating body, so everything is getting the right amount of water that's meant to. There's six sprinklers in here. Yep. And you've got a pretty fantastic computer system or irrigation controller here as well. Yeah,
so I went for the Hunter Irrigation Pro HC, the Wi-Fi controller.
Right, well, let's go and have a bit of a look at that.
Yeah,
and
no worries.
We'll show you guys up close because it's pretty spectacular. It does a lot of things. It's very, very intuitive, and I hadn't actually seen it before. It's a system that I feel I'm going to upgrade at home to. But yeah, your early indications is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it looks like it's the goods. So yeah, this is the Hunter Industries Pro HC controller. So this is what mounts to the wall. Nice waterproof box. Got a little LCD screen there, but really I don't use it that much because it's all on the app. which I find really easy to use.
Righto, so just take us through how this irrigation system is actually controlled from your mobile phone.
So you download the HydroWise. Open that up. So I've only got the one zone at the moment. I've only got the one area. But the other information, that's just this backyard one. The other information that you've got available to you, so it syncs with the local weather. So it's there's the local weather for us today. Weather observations for today. So of course we've had no rain. The current temperature is 26. But one of the really good features that I find is that wherever I am, I can initiate a watering cycle. How's that?
How's that for a party trick? Wow, that irrigation system, it's pretty amazing really to think that only a few years ago you had a little wall box and that was it. Your irrigation was adjusted there and that was as far as it goes. But to have the flexibility to be able to adjust your irrigation system and also link it into the local weather, for example, it's pretty amazing. And adding to that, I guess if you happen to be on holidays or overseas, and not that anyone can really do that at the moment, but to be able to adjust irrigation on your phone from anywhere in the world, it's pretty amazing, the technology that we're the world that we live in. This part of the video actually shot a few days after I was at Shane's, and the reason I did that is because I wanted to just show you quickly in the same episode how the green, the Roundup patch is looking. So this is Friday before the video, so the video is due out in the morning, so 10 days since I sprayed, and you're going to see a massive difference. So I'll pan around now, I'll give you a look at it, and yeah, we'll see you guys next week.